to do is prime my face. I'm going to use the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer. And I pretty much like to put this all over my face. And it really just fills in all of your open pores and just gives you like a smooth start. Then for some reason I get really oily on my nose, and that's pretty much the only area. So I'm going to take Becca's matte primer and I'm going to put that just on my nose, and that'll kind of prevent me from getting oily there throughout the day. And for my foundation, I'm going to use my Nars All Day Luminous foundation. I actually really love this foundation. It's really lightweight, but it still gives you a full coverage, but still natural finish at the same time. So I'm basically just going to put this all over my face. No real special technique to doing this. Just make sure it's even and you get it all over. Next, I am going to highlight and contour. So for my highlight, I like to use MAC Prolongwear Concealer, and this one is in the shade NC42. I'm going to take a wet beauty blender, and I like to put it on the back of my hand, and I just kind of dab a little bit. And I'm going to start by going underneath the eye. And next I'm going to contour. So I'm going to use my Ben Nye Cream Foundation, and this is in the shade Dark Cocoa. I'm going to take my MAC 163 brush. I'm going to start by contouring the hollows of my cheeks. Next I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm basically going to buff out the areas where I put the contour. Then I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender. So just keep blending until you see everything fade into the other. Now I'm going to set the highlight with banana powder. And when you use your beauty blender when it's wet to set it, it kind of helps with the creasing. So it'll help prevent that. So next, while that is baking, I'm going to do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to start by using MAC's Prep and Prime, and this is a 24-hour Extend Eye Base. And it's really similar to the Urban Decay primer. So I'm going to start by putting this on the lids. So for my transition color, I'm going to use MAC's Blunt. And this is a blush, but I love this as a transition shade. So I'm going to take a blending brush. This is a MAC 224. I'm just going to apply this slightly above the crease. I'm going to be using my Naked 2 palette. So on the lid, I'm going to take the shade Snakebite, and I'm using a MAC 252 brush, and I'm just going to apply the shade Snakebite all over the lid. Then I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that into the transition. I know you guys are hearing me say blend, blend, blend a lot, but that really is the key to a flawless face. Next, I'm going to take the shade Half Baked, and that's kind of like the little golden shade here. And I'm going to just flip my brush over, and I'm going to apply this right in the center of the eye. Next, I am going to apply my liner. Next, I'm going to apply my lashes, and I'm going to be using my Graced Mink lashes. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're nice and wispy. So I went ahead and added my lashes. Now I'm going to brush off all of the excess banana powder. Okay. Next, I am going to use MAC's Mineralize powder in the shade Dark. This is a MAC 134. And I'm just going to apply this all over the face. Next, I'm going to set our contour. I'm going to use MAC Mineralize powder again, but I'm going to use the shade in Dark Deepest. And I'm just going to take an angle brush. I'm going for a real golden bronzy look today, so I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk, and this is a bronzer in the shade Goddess, and I'm going to use this for my blush. I'm going to take my Real Techniques contour brush. Okay, next I am going to highlight, and I'm going to be using MAC's Global Glow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of liner, and I'm going to line my eyes. I'm going to be using Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil, and this is in the shade Peversion. Take a little bit of mascara for my bottom lashes. And I like my eye area to be really dark. So if you want to brighten up the eyes, you can use like a white liner or a nude liner. And that'll kind of open up the eyes a little bit more. Me personally, I usually like to keep it darker, so I use black liner. And I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. For my lip color, I'm going to start off by lining my lips. And this is a lip pencil from the Rihanna collection, and it's called Talk That Talk. You can also use MAC's Night Moth. So I'm going to start by just lining my lips with this.